Hi, I'm editor Denise Gustavson with Wide Format Imaging Magazine. And this afternoon I have Jittu Sarna, owner of Inkjet International, with me this afternoon. Inkjet International was founded back in 1995 and its headquarters is in Dallas, Texas. They've continued to grow profitable, and they're actually one of Wide Format Imaging's top shops this year in 2011 and actually in several years.
Yes.
So Jittu, thank you again for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So I guess my first question is, how's business? How have you seen an improvement in the business at all?
It's inconsistent.
Okay.
If it was consistent, I could translate it into improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I do see a difference between 2008 and 2010.
Okay. Good. So there's at least some difference.
Yes,
Little
but
bumpy.
It's not consistent.
Yeah.
Some spikes up and down, but consistency in the improvement has to come to call it an improvement.
And that's hard to run a business if you can't base, what's going to be coming in month to month or week to week.
At least some consistency has to be there.
Yeah. So you talked about inconsistency.
Yes.
Now, moving into our next question about the greatest challenge in the industry, is that inconsistency? Would you say that's the greatest challenge, or is or is something else?
No, not really. I think it is something else. It's the future print providers like us, the future generation, how they will come up, what their thinking is, what their vision is, and how they are going to implement in the future. I think that is the big challenge.
That's your biggest challenge. Now, you're here at ISA. There's lots of equipment on the show floor. We talked a little bit about before the cameras started rolling. What do you think is the technology or the innovation that you see that will help to drive the industry forward, to get it to grow?
You see, right now, what I see in the machinery available, it's always that they can do print faster, they can print better quality all the time. However, unless or until this going out price, unless or until the prices come up in the market, it doesn't make sense to go buy an expensive machine to produce a cheaper product than we are doing.
Yeah, and then you're talking commodity products as well. And
well, don't forget, slowly, billboards was never a commodity product. It has become a commodity.
Yeah.
POP was never a commodity product. It is a commodity product now. Who says the textile would not be the same going forward?
Things are changing.
Yes, very rapidly.
Very rapidly, which makes it a little bit fun, no?
Yes, it keeps you on your toes.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, moving a little bit into sustainability. We see a lot of people have been talking about it. What do you think is some of the biggest challenges with regards to sustainability, whether it's producing the product or the process even in your shop? What are your thoughts about that?
Sustainability, it's a double-edged sword. On one side, we have the big boys like your Clear Channel, CBS, and Lamar, untiringly squeezing the print providers for a lower price, always, but always. And then on the other side, we have print providers who are hell-bent upon taking the competition out by lowering the prices so low that it doesn't work, coupled with other print providers who economically are facing the challenges, and they keep providing the end product at a price which is not sustainable. All this mixed together, to me, is a very destructive recipe. This has to change.
Yes.
Sustainability, many companies don't understand, and it's something which people have to come to reality and understand that the pricing, outgoing pricing, has to change. I think we have hit very low price level already.
So there has to be change in order for you guys to start making profits again.
Yes, that's right.
So, looking forward a little bit, going to put on our little future hats where we're going. Next 12 to 18 months, where do you see the biggest opportunity for growth for maybe your company or the industry in general? You can talk on either point.
I think we are print providers. We have to look for different applications, and different applications when you talk about, I think we should get more in touch with content providers, artists, photographers, video makers who provide the content, then take that to the end user like hospitals, schools, or some of the corporate offices, and change the look of their part and put the application. So we have to really get more in bed with the content providers, and that I think will be a very big help going forward.
Now,
Not that these industries are not being served,
Yeah.
they're being served, but I still see a lot of margin of growth over there.
now the question is, how would you get in? I mean, it's a whole different business model at that point to go after, to talk to the content creators.
We don't have to be in that business, but we should be more in touch with them
Okay.
and make sure that and the graphic artists in these print providers, they come out with fantastic ideas,
Yes.
which we busy printing do not. We should keep more in touch with them and try and unload that part, bring it to us, and sell it in turn to these different markets, the schools, like I said, corporate offices, hospitals and all that, and show them the application. If their offices are decorated in this manner, what would they do?
Okay.
And I think that market has really growth here.
Okay, great. One last question. As a business owner, what's the one issue that really keeps you up at night, that, keeps you thinking?
If I'll get up the next morning. No, just kidding. What keeps me going? I'm quite contented person.
Good.
And I'll be honest with you, I live with passion to grow the business, with a passion to do the business that I have been in at the same time. But I do not want to bring stress on myself. And at the end of the day, I sleep very well if I do not stress myself out. I look at it and I close it up. Really, nothing in business is going to keep me awake at night. It's not worth it.
Well, Jittu, thank you again. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate your time
Thank you.
and sitting with me this afternoon.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks again.